Hey, g'day everyone. Alright, I was going to leave this until I had buffed it or process of buffing it, but yeah, just want to show you what I basically want to show you is where I've blended it. See, you look at how faded this mirror is, and that's how faded the roof is, the pillars all the way down right across the original bonnet was all that very faded colour. And yeah, when we first tried this, back when we were doing it with spray cans, yeah, we had to, because we had to repair the top of this guard, and the difference was just stand out. It just made it look bad. Anyway, so what I've done, and I did this in the previous coat where I didn't. But yeah, I masked, because the mask always black up, but I masked right up the side of this door and up to here. You can actually see, I hope you can see, the transition line. You can see where I masked it. Now I rubbed down here with the 400, and then from about here up I just did with the 15, right up to here. And the reason being is that, you'd be going hard to rub, to polish out, to buff out 400 scratches, 1500 scratches you can buff out. And so even this transition line, right, that's actually the same colour there. There's basically no blue on that. I've blue finished sort of here, sort of gradually finished. Yeah, that's full new blue up to none here. So the difference between the dull and the shine there is just the clear, and even the clear was only sort of light coming up here anyway. But yeah, so I'll in a few days when I get around to buffing it, or when it's not when I get around to it, but yeah, when it's drying hard enough to buff, yeah, I'll come back over that a little bit with a 1500, or maybe even a 2000, and then I'll buff it, and that line will disappear completely. The issue I've got in rubbing it with emery is that the rest of the car, actually it's fairly smooth up here. That's good, we might get away with that. I can say the rest of the car's got an original paint texture. That's actually worn smooth. That's probably just from washing and polishing over the years. Okay, up here, yeah, we've got a texture on here, see? So I don't want to get it too smooth. I don't know if you can see that. You see where I've lightly rubbed it, and you can see the texture in it. So I'm going to want to try and leave a little bit of texture. I don't want texture smooth and then texture again. So yeah, same up here. The transition seems to work pretty good. As again, yeah, the difference here is there's some new gloss paint over it, whereas here is where I've rubbed it with the 1500. So that's sort of why it stands out, but the colour match is actually pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Same down here. You can barely see the transition at all down there. Like you can see where I've masked it, that the colour has blended in really well. And probably the advantage down here is that, being down low, sort of out of the sun, it hasn't faded all that much. Same here. I masked that right back to here, and I finished the blue here. Just didn't even come around the back. I just came around to there and stopped. So yeah, that transition from new to old's worked really well as well. So yeah. Over here, I didn't want to mask up this entire grill. Just too much work and too much risk. Like, I mean, you couldn't Oh, well, you could if you really wanted to, but geez, what a hell of a lot of work trying to mask all that up just so you can get some new paint in between it. Had I thought ahead enough, because I had the whole bumper off, I could have actually taken that off. Although, yeah, in doing that at a minute, I'd have to take it off again to put it back on. So no, I still wouldn't have done that. Yeah. Anytime you're reassembling something with new paint, you got a risk of scratching it. So if you can avoid it, do it. But yeah, as I said, you can see the difference from the fade to the new paint there, but it doesn't stand out looking bad. It sort of works all right. Yeah, so same over here. I did a transition. I masked down to this edge, and there is a paint edge in here, a clear edge. You can actually see where the tape's pulled a little bit of it up, but yeah, that's not an issue. Being right on the ridge, just a once over with the 1500 will take that right off, no problem at all. Probably 2 or 3 times and you'd rub through it, but that's how easy it'll come off. But yeah, I've done the same transition up here. Masked up the door, brought the blue up to about here somewhere, and then the clear up to here, up to the top there. But yeah, this is basically, I've done sort of a couple of transition things, but nothing this major, like nothing that's been this faded. Trying to match new paint to paint that's this faded, but I'm pretty happy with it all, really. It sort of worked good. But anyway, overall, for an old mom, this has come out pretty good. And of course, the door handle's going to be faded against the new paint, but yeah, once again, there's sort of not much you can do about that. You don't want to. So this is the issue that you get, and you might still get it down here, in that, see, if I'd have just masked up the door handle or just masked up the lock and things like that, you've got all this area down here where you can't rub, and there's still dirt, there's wax and everything, and what'll happen is in a very short time, the paint will start peeling up there, and it'll peel right out and start cracking up. So yeah, that's something you got to watch. Like even in here, I got, I bent the emery over and tried to get it right underneath the rubber. Tried to get that clean so that the paint will stick to it. But yeah, overall, for what's been spent, 500ml of paint, there's about probably a litre of clear went on it, because I've done clear twice now. And yeah, still only the spray can of primer over the repaired areas. Yeah, so it's still cheap. Used a litre of thinner, 4 litre tin of thinners. Used it all up actually. There was barely even enough to put, like, I wasn't even able to clean my spray gun. Yeah, so there wasn't enough left. There was enough there to fill it up, give it a couple of sprays, and yeah, it's not like if it's 2-pack, I would have to clean it. But being acrylic, just by putting some clean thinners in it, giving a bit of a spray, and leaving the thinners in it, that'll be fine now, So another week or two, I'll buy some more thinners and I'll clean it out probably. But yeah, the spray gun will be fine. Alright, well, we'll leave it at that again, and yeah, I don't know if I'll show you the buffing process or not, but anyway, I will update you when I've buffed it, put it all back together, and yeah. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.